Good evening. I'm Andrea Compton, Superintendent at Cabrillo National Monument. Thank you for joining us virtually this evening. Cabrillo National Monument Foundation is a wonderful and important partner. We appreciate all the foundation does for the park. In the past, I have really enjoyed this event in person. However, this year, safety has been our focus for park visitors, volunteers, and staff. So accordingly, we adjusted tonight's event for you to participate safely. This past year has also reminded us how important national parks and public lands are. Throughout the county, local parks, including Cabrillo National Monument, provide close-to-home opportunities for people to enjoy time outdoors for their physical and mental well-being. Cabrillo National Monument is open for you to enjoy the fresh air, and we are pleased to offer that to the community. During the summer months, we will have extended hours, and we will be open until sunset on weekends. So bring your mask, bring your family and friends, and we hope to see you soon at Cabrillo National Monument.
Good evening and welcome to Cabrillo for the Stars. Cabrillo National Monument Foundation is thrilled you logged in this evening to share your love for San Diego's only national park and to support the programs that make such an impact for our park visitors and community.
A grateful welcome to all of you joining us this evening. My name is Emily Moore, and I'm the Executive Director of the Cabrillo National Monument Foundation. Because this past year has been like no other, it makes sense that this event is like no other. Many of you have attended Cabrillo under the stars in years past. Although we are not under the stars by being here tonight, you join the many stars that support this amazing treasure in San Diego. It is the people, the beauty of the park, and the programs that are our stars. By the end of tonight's program, I want you to be in awe of how much the foundation funds and how impactful the park's incredible programs truly benefit our community. I want you to be inspired to give and join our foundation family to ensure that we reach our goals. And finally, I want you to help connect all people to their public lands, especially today's youth, to San Diego's only national park. I look forward to working together to truly make a difference. Thank you for being here this evening and enjoy.
Hello and good evening to our members, to our friends, and to our guests. Welcome to Cabrillo for the Stars. I'm Jim Hare. I'm the chair of an incredible group of dedicated trustees who make up the board of the Cabrillo National Monument Foundation. With this virtual event tonight, we move forward again, reaching out to grow our family of partners and donors, and to thank our supporters for standing by us through this last tough year. Tonight would not be possible without the event sponsorship of the Loud Family Trust, a very well-known philanthropic family within the Point Loma community. And a special thank you also goes out to Bank of America for supporting organizations that are dedicated to providing enrichment opportunities for underserved youth in the San Diego region. With that, I once again welcome you to Cabrillo for the Stars.
Cabrillo National Monument Foundation is a proud supporter of youth education programs, from school field trips to virtual learning to summer camps to Junior Ranger. There are innovative educational opportunities year-round at San Diego's only national park. Providing today's youth access to explore, learn, and understand the importance of protecting our public lands will ensure Cabrillo National Monument is here for generations to enjoy.
Joining me now is Glenn Fladbow. Glenn is a passionate advocate for nonprofit organizations who support national park units and other public lands. It's really good to see you this evening, Glenn.
Jim, I'm delighted to be with you tonight. And matter of fact, I do want to start by thanking you personally for your service on the board, for all that you're doing for the event tonight. And we're going to make a difference. We're going to raise some funds. We're going to share our mission and the importance of this work. And I've been so moved. I mean, this is so important to not only the San Diego community, but the entire state of California and so many areas across our country. And particularly, it's been moving to me to see the breadth and the depth of this work, from our youth education to our discovery to all of the volunteer opportunities. And I know for you personally, you've shared this with me, but the educational support was really kind of the root of your passion. If you could just share with me and others tonight, what led to that passion for you?
Sure. I can remember as a kid going to Cabrillo on a number of occasions. I've lived in San Diego all my life, and so Cabrillo has always been a part of my life. I've been involved with the foundation itself for many years, and a lot of people don't know the breadth of the things that the foundation does. A turning point for me on that was about 5 years ago. There was an annual meeting of the foundation, which my wife and I have been members of for a long time. And we went to the event, and there was a demonstration by the young ladies who were part of the Ecologic program. They had gone to explore the tide pools under the direction of the guides for that area. They had taken measurements of the creatures there and studied the environment that those creatures lived in. But then they went on to make computer-generated 3D models of the animals in the tide pools. So the excitement and the confidence that they demonstrated on that evening during that meeting made a big impact on me. And it increased my dedication to the foundation and also increased our financial giving. We've put together a video that I think shows why that excitement occurs.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sam Wins, conservation biologist and science educator at Cabrillo National Monument. I have the great fortune of being tasked with both doing science and then communicating that science to the public. But today I wanted to share some stories from two of my favorite science-y projects at the park, Ecologic and Conservation in Comics. For those of you unfamiliar, Ecologic is a free STEM summer camp for girls aged 9 through 16, and it really creates a space for girls to explore nature and to dive deep into science with a community of like-minded students. But I think I'd like some of our campers to tell you about their experience themselves. Felix feels Ecologic is important because it gives underrepresented girls the tools and resources they need to succeed and helps them to visualize their STEM dreams and shape them into a reality. Kylie brings up, I was able to learn and work in an environment where I wasn't having to prove myself worthy of being interested in science or being drowned out in a traditional classroom setting. And Violet states, Ecologic helps girls peer into the world of science and help spread the word that there are people that support females in science. Ecologic has been so impactful, in fact, that it sparked a long-term mentoring program at Cabrillo, where girls get to go out and do science with staff members, like myself, at the park. Ecologic uplifts a cohort of youth that are already interested in science. But research tells us that youth sometimes have a hard time connecting with science in the first place. More and more innovative methods, like utilizing art to engage youth, helps draw a diversity to science that might not have been interested before. And this is where Conservation in Comics comes in, an education program that merges both science and art in a really fun way through nature exploration and conservation science and the creation of science comics. Programs like Conservation in Comics and Ecologic really support the National Park Service's mission to preserve, unimpaired, the natural and cultural resources and values of the national park system for the enjoyment, education, and inspiration of this and future generations.
That is amazing. I am just amazed by the breadth and the depth of these programs. And I will share with everybody at home, I'm a dad. I have two little girls. I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. And I have seen firsthand the importance of these educational programs. The other thing, for many families right now, the cost of camps and extracurricular activities, they're expensive. And so what we're doing to create these opportunities for youth, it's a big deal. It is a big, big deal for so many families. But Jim, I do think it's important for everybody here. Education is only a portion of what we're doing.
That's right, Glenn. Youth education takes up about a third of the funding that we provide in support to the National Monument. An even larger share goes to Park Discovery, which serves all the visitors that come to the monument.
Cabrillo National Monument Foundation funds programs, installations, and services that aid more than 800,000 visitors in park discovery each year. This includes helping the park be more accessible, preserving and highlighting the iconic Old Point Loma Lighthouse, and protecting the species in the spectacular tide pools. In addition, the foundation operates the Cabrillo store, located in the Visitor Center, carrying products that continue the visitor's experience beyond the park to share their discoveries with friends and family all around the world.
Again, it's just amazing, this work. For so many visitors, they come to the park, they have no idea of the updates and all the projects that have enhanced their experience. And, they go and they visit and they have fun, but it's a lot of back work that's happened to make this possible. And Jim, if you wouldn't mind, share a few of the projects that you've been working on and some of the updates.
Wow, it's a pretty substantial list, Glenn. We've made several visitor enhancements possible at the park this year through our funding. We funded the production and installation of tactile maps, replacing old maps that frankly had been worn raw by visitor touching them. And these tactile maps, they're ADA accessible, and they will allow visitors to walk the site with their fingers, as they have on the old maps for years. We've done several special events and installations. One was installation of exterior lighting for the lighthouse in special colors, commemorating the anniversary of women's suffrage. We've also done periodic art displays within the visitor center, sometimes youth art, sometimes some very sophisticated pieces that get installed and enhance visitor appreciation through that artwork. And visitors love the tide pools. It all, a lot of times, just comes back to the tide pools. And our funding supports 70 specialized tide pool volunteers in what is known as the TPER program. We provide for their training, for the equipment that they use, for display items that they use to help orient the public to what goes on in the tide pools. It allows them to safely guide visitors through the extraordinary and fragile environment that is the tide pools at the Cabrillo National Monument. And I can think of absolutely no one to tell our story as well as Dan and Becky Weeder. They are volunteers, they are foundation members, they are donors. And here's a clip from them.
Hi, I'm Dan Weeder.
And I'm Becky Weeder.
We're members of the Cabrillo National Monument Foundation and volunteers up at the park. Some of the things we help out with are foundation events, administrative duties, up at the lighthouse, down in the tide pools, and much more.
We started volunteering because Cabrillo really is our favorite place in the whole world, and we want to help protect it and help others enjoy it as much as we do. The Tide Pool program, also known as TPERP, is where we started, and it holds a special place in our hearts. As high school sweethearts, we spent lots of time in the tide pools, and that's where we got engaged. After living away from the area for so many years, we were thrilled to be able to return to San Diego and start volunteering in the tide pools we loved so much.
As TPERP volunteers, we enjoy interacting with visitors, whether it's at the education table or down in the tide pools. We do our best to help them enjoy their visit by educating them about some of the critters, as well as helping them locate animals while exploring down in the tide pools. We love to see the excitement, especially with the kids, as they discover critters and learn different facts about them. The octopus, hermit crabs, and the sea stars are by far the favorite of the visitors. We also help the visitors learn about the rocky intertidal and why we need to protect it, so that future generations can enjoy it just as we do today.
The foundation, with our support, helps provide a lot of in-depth training, supplies, and tools for the Parks Tide Pool program.
Without ongoing assistance from the foundation, the TPERP program would not be as robust as it is. The Foundation's support of TPERP, as well as other programs within the park, is invaluable. That's why we are proud members of the Foundation, and we encourage everyone else to support the Foundation as well.
Volunteers are the heart and soul of the National Park Service and Cabrillo National Monument. The Foundation provides volunteers the support necessary, such as apparel, equipment, and supplies, to keep themselves and the public safe and well-informed, as well as to protect and preserve the park's cultural, historical, and natural resources. Cabrillo National Monument Foundation proudly sponsors annually a volunteer appreciation event, acknowledging the hundreds of hours park volunteers contribute to Cabrillo National Monument and its visitors.
Jim, I will tell you, I have a huge passion and a ton of respect for volunteers. Volunteers make the park happen. They're so essential to our work. And isn't it amazing to think of everything that all of the volunteers are doing for us?
It absolutely is, Glenn. Volunteers are so important throughout the National Park Service system that they are called volunteers in parks, so that they are referred to as VIPs. And at Cabrillo, they are absolutely that. Their volunteer hours add the equivalent of a half a dozen staff positions to the National Park Service staff in conducting the business of the monument, both where the public comes into contact and behind the scenes. One volunteer-led program that is a little bit under the radar is our greenhouse program, where volunteers grow native plants. They work with the professional natural resources team to remove invasive and non-native plants, and then they replace them with ones grown locally within the own greenhouse. A handful of volunteers take care of these plants. The foundation pays for the program. It's really pretty cool, and we're very, very proud to support protecting the park in that way.
Well, and Jim, I'm glad that you brought up protecting the park and preserving the park. You know, Emily shared with me a campaign that's coming up and underway that will do just that. And I think it's important for you to share with everybody at home a little bit about this campaign.
Glenn, we are so excited by this opportunity to assist the park in the construction of a new hiking trail. The Cabrillo National Monument is not a very, very big national park unit. And abilities for through hiking there are more difficult to come by than they are in some of the other parks. But this trail would allow going from the upper grounds of the monument down to the tide pool area, a route that hasn't been able to be done very well on foot before. So it's been long hoped for. It's been included in the development plans and been approved for construction, but funding lags on these kinds of projects. And we're going to take on in the future year a project to fund expedited construction of the trail with a goal of $150,000 to see that work gets done. So we're excited by that opportunity. We're working very, very hard to come through with major donors for it, and I just keep using the word excited over and over again because that's what we are.
Jim, I love your passion. You have sold me on this trail system. I'm excited about it. It's clearly a really important update. And to everybody at home, you know, obviously, as you consider your support into the future, the trail system and this capital campaign is a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to make a difference. So not only are you supporting our programs tonight, you can support this work for years to come. My friends, this is the moment right now that we can make the greatest difference. We can support these programs. We can make such a difference for the community. Already tonight, we've raised over $20,000, and perhaps we can even get to over $50,000 with your support tonight. So as you think about making a gift in this moment, just think of the difference that this will make. And I'm going to give you a few examples. A gift of $15,000 tonight would help us support our Ecologic Summer Camp for youth. A gift of $1,500 will help us update our cultural and historical field trips for our fourth graders. A gift of $5,000 tonight would support our Junior Youth Ranger program. Thank you to anyone who'd consider funding that for $5,000. Every single gift is making a difference. Every gift is creating opportunities for not only volunteers, but for youth. It'll enhance our park. So a huge thank you to so many people who've already made a gift tonight. We're over $20,000. I do want to give a shout out to the Epstein family. They've made a gift tonight. Matter of fact, we have so many people that have pledged $500, $1,000 and more. We have a gift tonight from Ohio. Huge thank you to the family who gave a gift from Ohio. And I do want to stop and acknowledge this. Our board, in an effort to rally all of you, has put together a $3,500 match. So the first family or individuals that give up to $3,500, the board will match that gift right now, dollar for dollar. If you could take a moment to make a gift, obviously every single gift is making a difference. We are so appreciative for your support, your consideration. And as you're doing that tonight, I'm also going to highlight a few of our premier auction items. So as you're pledging, you can think about bidding on these auction items. The bidding is open till noon tomorrow, so you have an entire day to continue bidding until noon tomorrow. I love these items, by the way. Listen to this. We've got a private sunset cruise. Now this yacht, it's 40 feet long. You're going to have hors d'oeuvres and cocktails. It's for 4 people. You're going to go out into the San Diego harbor and see stunning views. It's a remarkable opportunity. Huge thank you to our donors for that package. It's well over a $2,000 value. I love that item. We also have an exclusive private tour for 2 with the park superintendent, Andrea Compton. Andrea's putting this together. It's a great opportunity. Take a look. You can look at the lighthouse tour or the private bunker tour. We also have 3 different local staycations. So a weekend stay right in San Diego. You can have your in-laws stay at a hotel if that works better for you. So that's another value of bidding on that. We also have the exclusive private tour for 4 of the tide pools. I know that is a super popular item. The list goes on and on. Again, every time you bid, you're making a difference. You're helping us reach our goal. And finally, thank you for considering giving right now. It is a big deal. I think of all of these school groups and the educational opportunities, the discovery opportunities that we'll have, as well as supporting our volunteers. Let's rally right now. We can get there together. Thank you for making a gift. You can hit the donate button and make a gift right now.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Skinner, Chief of Interpretation and Education at Cabrillo National Monument. Here at Cabrillo, we have a motto that we follow that's inspired by the tide pool critters down in the rocky intertidal environment. It's such a harsh ecosystem, but those animals have adapted to survive. So whenever we face a new challenge, we say, keep calm and adapt on. And Cabrillo National Monument Foundation is helping us adapt to new challenges in 2021. Cabrillo National Monument Foundation has supported so many important programs for us this year, including Ecologic, our summer day camp for girls, TPERP, which is the Tide Pool Protection, Education, and Restoration Program, our virtual education programs, and really important large-scale projects like trail maintenance and repair. We sincerely appreciate our partnership with Cabrillo National Monument Foundation. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening and sharing your love and support for Cabrillo National Monument. We hope to see you at the park soon.
Thank you from the Cabrillo National Monument Foundation.
Thank
you.
you.